Hello and welcome to the USA News Updates. In Iran remains at the center of rapidly escalating a regional war with the fresh Israel airstrikes reported in Tehran and Iran reiterating with a drone and missile attacks targeting Israel and Gulf countries, contributing to surge in oil price and fears that to the Strait of Hormuz is effectively shut down. Official reports see more than 13,000 deaths inside Iran since the conflict began, while attacks on energy infrastructure continue to deepen the global crisis. At the same time, the human toll is becoming more visible domestically, with grieving families burying victims in Tehran and expressing anger and defiance, describing losses as devastating but vowing they will not be broken. In Israel dramatically accelerated its military campaign today, launching what it is described as a wide-scale wave of strikes targeting infrastructures in Tehran while also hitting Hezbollah position in Beirut and southern Lebanon as part of multi-front war against Iran and its allies. At the same time, Israel forces have moved deeper into southern Lebanon in a glowing ground offensive, with officials signaling a prolonged campaign and stating civilians will not return to affected areas until Hezbollah is neutralized. Iran retaliated with a missile and drone attacks on Israel, with sirens sounding and dozens hospitalized in the past 24 hours, highlighting the intensifying cycle of attacks and counterattacks. The conflict is now regional in a scope, contributing to rising casualties amid displacement in Lebanon and increasing a global concern over escalation and economic disruption. In the United States, a powerful winter storm is causing a major nationwide disruption, with more than 46,000 flights cancelled in a single day and thousand more delayed across major airports, including Chicago, New York, and Atlanta, as authorities warn of heavy snow and dangerous winds across the Midwest. The situation is worsened by partial government shutdown, leaving aviation staff strained, with airline CEOs calling the conditions unacceptable. At the same time, economic uncertainty is rising as the market reacts to the Iran war, with oil price remaining volatile due to disruption in the Strait of Hormuz, and investors closely watching upcoming Federal Reserve decision, while the USA seeks international support to secure key shipping routes but faces limited cooperation from allies. In France, France's political landscape is rapidly shifting following the first round of municipal election, with parties clubbing to form alliances ahead of the decisive run of March 22. Reports say both far-right and radical left group made a strong gain, forcing traditional parties into a difficult negotiations, while division on the left are deepening over cooperation strategies. At the same time, France is reinforcing its international economic ties, with officials stating they are ready to deepen exchange and cooperation with China after high-level talks in Paris on March 16, signaling continued focus on a global partnership amid domestic political uncertainty. In Germany has family ruled out joining the ongoing war in Iran, with Chancellor Friedrich Merz stating today that the conflict is not matter for NATO, and emphasizing that there was never a joint decision to intervene, adding clearly, we will not do so, even as the United States pushes ally to help secure the Strait of Hormuz. At the same time, the country country is facing major domestic disruption with widespread strikes expected to hit air travel and public transport this week amid escalating disputes over pay and working conditions. Meanwhile, Germany has also moved to ease cross-border movement by shifting temporarily border check with France as of March 16 and 17, ending 6 months of control and restoring normal travel across key European routes. In the United Kingdom, the UK has firmly refused to join the Iran war military, with Prime Minister Keir Starmer stating that the country will not be down into a wider war and insisting any involvement must meet a national interest and legal threshold. At the same time, the government is exploring limited and combat support such as autonomous mine hunting system and the corrective plan with a rise to reopen shipping routes, reflecting a cautious correlation-based approach rather than direct intervention. Domestically, the economic impact is intensifying, with experts warning that the UK could face a fuel shortage and even rationing within a week if disruption continues as energy prices surge and officials prepare contingency measure to protect critical services. In China, China is maintaining a cautious but strategically engaged stance amid the ongoing Iran-USA-Israel war, while Beijing has refused to send warships to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz, despite the pressure from the United States and commentary urging China to assist. It's continue to emphasize diplomacy and restraints, urging all sides towards calm and negotiation rather than military escalation. Analysts note that China's leadership is also quietly managing energy security concern, as Tehran has at times allowed Chinese-owned vessels preferential passenger through Hormuz, underlining Beijing's desire to protect its crude supply even as a global oil market tightens. In sports, Iran formally requested FIFA to move its World Cup matches out of the United States, citing safety concern amid the ongoing war, leaving tournament organizers scrambling for contingency plan. Meanwhile, in Africa, the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, which was scheduled to begin on March 17 in Morocco, was aptly postponed, prompting backlash from players and officials who called the delay disrespectfully and criticized the organizer for citing vague and unforeseen circumstances. Champions League football in European club football today, Manchester City faces tough a second-leg Champions League ties against Real Madrid after 3-0 Spain's first leg deficit. Real Madrid received a big boost as Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe were cleared to return. In NBA, LeBron James commented on team dynamics, with the Rook stressing there is a zero tension between Lakers stars despite the ongoing low-star narrative, while Stephen Curry is confirmed out for the Warriors match on 16 games against the Wizards due to the injury. Those with the latest regional and international developments. For continued updates, in-depth analysis, and breaking news, stay with the USA New Times, your trusted source for global affairs.